I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Home Video and Amblin Entertainment invite you to believe your eyes.
Hi? Man, I saw a ghost.
Ghosts can't hurt you.
Yes, again, bone bag!
And let your imagination come to life.
Cool.
Casper, this is beautiful.
Casper, appearing on video cassette for $22.98 or less. Look for the free Pepsi mail-in offer.
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. This is another Patreon request for Johnny, who got one of the bigger tiers on my Patreon. Thank you so much for that. If you're ever interested in joining my Patreon, where certain tiers get you certain things, feel free. The link is down in the info box. Or if you want to just request something to be pretty much any type of video, review, re-review, movie topic, whatever. My PayPal link is down below in the info box as well. But now he wanted me to talk about the 1995 film Casper. Now, I've always enjoyed this film. I saw this film when I was a kid on video. I always thought it was a fun movie. I thought it worked for a number of reasons. Number one, I thought that the script was a bit better than usual, meaning it had fun references. When they're trying to get the ghosts out, you have an appearance by Dan Aykroyd as Ray Stantz from Ghostbusters. Who you gonna call? Someone else. Or you have this guy who Saturday Night Live a few times, Father Guido, played by Don Novella, who I loved. I wish there was more of him. Oh, piece of cake, piece of crumb cake. Just a piece of cake, piece of crumb cake. Yeah, piece of cake. And then he comes back, his has been twisted around. Oh, no problem, no problem. Or when, I mean, I guess you could say, well, is that a script thing? Well, it was just nice that they were able to do stuff like that. Same with when Bill Pullman, some ghost get inside him, he's looking in the mirror, and then he morphs into Clint Eastwood, Rodney Dangerfield, Mel Gibson. Probably because Steven Spielberg had a hand in producing this. Steven Spielberg wanted to do a Casper film for a while. I know at one point he actually wanted the guy who directed the first Ninja Turtles movie, the 1990 film. That's because overseas they had released a DVD of the Ninja Turtles film with a commentary from the director Steve Barron, and on the commentary he had mentioned how at one point Steven Spielberg had seen the first Ninja Turtles movie with his kid, and so had offered him the opportunity to direct Casper. I forget the reason why he turned it down, but he said that he regrets doing that. So instead it went to this guy named Brad Silberling, who I thought he did a decent job, and because of the success of this movie, he got City of Angels with Nick Cage and Meg Ryan. And after this, he did Moonlight Mile, Lemony Snicket's 10 Items or Less, Land of the Lost, and a film called An Ordinary Man. The plot of the film, you have Cathy Moriarty. She's gotten this house, but then she wants to sell it, and there are ghosts there. So he's trying to find out how to get the ghosts out. The reason she got this is because it was part of a will from her dead father. And again, how do the manor is called Whipstaff Manor. It's like, well, how the hell do I get rid of this? But mainly it was because she quickly finds out, thanks to someone that's with her, Eric Idle, that there's treasure. And it's like, well, we gotta go in there to look for the treasure, as well as, get rid of the house, all this stuff. But apparently there's treasure in there, and how we gonna look when there's ghosts in there? Well, we gotta find a way to get the ghosts out. So that's why they call the actresses Father Guido. That's why they call a Ghostbuster Dan Aykroyd. Nothing's working, but then they find a ghost psychiatrist played by Bill Pullman. Bill Pullman I enjoy as an actor ever since I saw him in films like The Serpent and the Rainbow and Spaceballs, and very talented, underrated actor. He does a good job here as the father. His daughter is played by Christina Ricci from The Addams Family, among other movies. Again, she does a good job here. They both work well as a father and daughter. They move into the house. And of course, they meet the ghosts, including Casper. And Casper, I did not read the comics growing up. I did not watch the cartoon much growing up. I knew what Casper was, but I can't say I was extremely familiar with him. But I knew enough to get the gist of it. And, I had seen perusing the aisles of comics. Oh, okay, there's that. And of course, the rumor, is that the ghost of Richie Rich? Like when Richie Rich died, it became Casper? That sort of became the rumor, urban legend, however you want to put it. But you definitely got a good cast here. I mean, the people that I said, as well as the voices. Malachi Pearson as Casper. I'm not sure what else he's done, but he fit the voice of Casper fairly well. And then you have his three uncles. One of them is actually Brad Garrett. Brad Garrett, of course, got playing the brother in Everybody Loves Raymond. And the three ghosts, of course, are Stretch, Stinky, and Fatso. Thankfully, with Stinky, there's not a tremendous amount of fart jokes. I mean, I said, at least there's not a tremendous amount of that type of stuff. The effects, I think, are really good for the time, because it's supposed to be ghostly, but at the same time it's supposed to be cartoony, because you don't want to be Ghostbusters, like the library getter, that type of ghost. I mean, they're supposed to represent the characters from the source material. I thought it represented Casper fairly well. If you want to know how not to do that, the next one, which Johnny also wanted me to review, A Spirited Beginning, has effects cheap jack horse shit. Here, at least there was a budget for the effects. And yeah, I think they looked fairly well, even in today's standards. I know people complain about Cathy Moriarty's performance. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's a bit over the top. I thought it was kind of a fun bit of chewing the scenery, of being sort of delicious and being evil. Oh, Ben Stein from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. She makes a quick appearance. One note I thought was funny, I know this is completely random. At the beginning, when Casper accidentally steers these two kids who get a picture of them taken, when you look at the picture of these two kids' steered faces, I swear they look like Wyatt and Gary in Weird Science. They look like, was it Elin Mitchell Smith, Anthony Michael Hall, like them in Weird Science. I swear they look like kid versions of them. I'm sure people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? But that's something I just know just came to my head. And Casper, he is friendly. He is, I would assume, based on the little knowledge I know of Casper, that he was represented in a respectful manner. Unlike Leonard Maltin, who literally has the dumbest fucking review I have ever seen. This is why Leonard Maltin gave this film a bomb rating. I'm going to say it verbatim. Well, not verbatim, but objecting to the portrayal of Casper as a deceased child rather than a ghost. A deceased child rather than a ghost. That's that. Leonard Maltin, how do you think Casper became a ghost? Probably because a kid died and then became a ghost. A deceased child. What the fuck? What the fuck did you think Casper was? A fucking alien? An alien ghost? A ghost that just appeared out of thin fucking air, I guess. I know it's not right to say that a review is right or wrong. It's a matter of opinion. That is wrong. But that is wrong. That is the dumbest fucking thing I have heard. Give me a fucking break. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Oh my god. I mean, yeah, to be fair with not with that review, but to the movie itself, going away from that stupidity, it's not in depth on Bill Pullman, Christina Ricci's characters. You get the gist of what they are and who they are, but it's not anything that remarkable character-wise. I mean, you just say, this is something you've seen before, where a father and daughter, they have, I wouldn't say friction, they still care for each other, but maybe a little bit of, after the mom, aka Bill Pullman's wife, died, again, things, they care for each other, but things could be better, if that makes sense. You've seen that in other movies before. You just say that the special effects are the star of the movie, and you wouldn't really be that wrong. Whether it be when Bill Pullman is fighting the three uncle ghosts, and he's using an umbrella, or using a vacuum cleaner, sucking them up. Granted, I don't know why the ghost can't just go through the vacuum. It's just a regular vacuum. I mean, they could go in and out of walls, but they can't go, like, a vacuum pulls them in. But at the same time, you're not supposed to be using logic. I know it's meant for an interesting visual gag, which I do enjoy that gag. Granted, if you use your brain, well, it's not a magic ghost. I mean, it's not a magic vacuum cleaner. It's not a Ghostbuster vacuum cleaner. When they just go through it, but it's just meant for fun. You go with it or you don't. And that's one I could be fine with, because I know what type of movie this is. And I thought the visual effects and, again, the idea was entertaining. And then the way the ghosts react and how the animators, the special effects guys made the ghosts, the facial and the body structure, getting pulled into the vacuum, was well done. There's a part where they possess Bill Pullman. Like I said, you had Clint Eastwood, you have Ronnie Dangerfield, you have Mel Gibson, you even have the Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt. I thought that was pretty fun. Some entertaining cameos there. Which, really enough, Ronnie Dangerfield is in the second one, or the prequel, the second one, as a different character. Okay. One I always thought was weird was Casper first sees Christina Ricci and he goes, "There's a girl on my bed." Yes! I'm like, this ain't gonna be the entity, is it? Is that gonna be the entity? Please don't let it be the entity, the pedo entity. Please don't. It'll be the entity for pedos. Please don't. But no, that's not the case. If you don't know what the entity is, look it up. But again, I like what they do with the special effects. For example, not only that vacuum scene, the fight that Bill Pullman has with the ghost, but also when Christina Ricci thinks she has a pillow, but it's Casper, and she's fluffing it up, and you see how the face and body of Casper stretches and morphs, and as she's punching the pillow trying to fluff it. But at the same time, yeah, the special effects are the star, but there's some good sweetness to it between father and daughter. Again, I thought they chose the right voice for Casper, and they, despite Leonard Maltin being pissed that, is it deceased? It should be a ghost. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck? Wow, this apple tastes like an apple. What the fuck? Wait, applesauce has apples in it? That'd be the same. What? This applesauce has apples in it? What the fuck? Dumb. But anyway, I appreciate that they try to go a teeny bit deeper, especially in the scene when Casper, he doesn't remember when he was alive, but he's slowly getting that, and he's explaining the day he died. And he got to do sled, and he was really excited, and it got late, and it got dark, it got cold, he got sick, and his dad got sad. And I thought that was a nice bit of dramatic, but not too over dramatic sequence to not make it just a silly cartoon, but bring at least a little bit of oomph, a little bit of drama, a little bit of a drama punch. This, some sprinkles on the sundae, so to speak. And I appreciate something like that. It doesn't overshift the tone. I think it works within the movie. And again, Christina Ricci, Bill Pullman, when you have to react to something that's not there, I thought they did a fairly competent job at doing that. Sadly, Bill Pullman kind of gets lost in the second half, mainly because it becomes more Christina Ricci and Casper's story, as well as Cathy Moriarty. And this kind of almost has three endings. Maybe that was the weird thing. I always enjoyed it, but that was kind of the weird thing with the third act. It really does feel like it has three endings. Just the first ending is, oh, there's this machine that Casper's dad had, and he's going to use it to be alive again. But then Cathy Moriarty and Eric Idle, they're fucking with each other, and they go, well, there's the vault. If one of us dies, I'm going, there's probably easier ways to do it than literally killing one or the other. I mean, especially at this point now that Casper and the girl are the only ones there because the ghosts have Bill Pullman outside. I'm sure there are easier ways to do it than literally one of you killing the other. Like, you could come in and make up some bullshit story and say, could you please, like, my father used to own this place, or my father, something with this place. I really need to know if it's in there. Please let me know. Any bullshit story. But instead they jump to, we gotta kill the other. And so Cathy Moriarty's character dies, and then she becomes a ghost. And, even says the line, the bitch is back. It's not fucking Alien 3, is it? It's not, thank God. It's a lot better than that. Just like, okay, that's finale 1, dealing with the ghost Cathy Moriarty and dealing with the serum and try to figure out what to do with that. And then Cathy Moriarty gets her comeuppance as well as Eric Idle. The second finale is with Bill Pullman. The ghosts were going to kill him, then they're not. Then Bill Pullman accidentally kills himself. Then it's like, oh shit, what's going to happen with Bill Pullman? He's a ghost now, and I guess when you die, you forget stuff, and then all of a sudden he starts remembering, and then Casper goes, hey, you go in. My chance at life, I'm going to give to you because Christina Ricci needs you. And then he gets back to being alive again. And then the third finale is the dance, in which, for one night, he's able to be alive again. And it's actually Devon Sawa as the human version of Casper. And I always wondered why they did not go with his voice. because he talks a little bit in that scene, and his voice sounded fine, so I just find it funny how either A, they didn't use the kid who voiced Casper to be the physical embodiment of him, or, hey, Devon Sawa is the physical form, why not him be the voice? I do wonder, I doubt there's much features on the DVD Blu-rays. Usually with kids films, for some reason there tends to not be a lot of features, unless it's like a goofy feature. Hey, we're making a movie! Like, no. They figure, well, what if kids grow up and then they want to hear it, or adults do watch these, maybe they want to hear it too. If you're making jokes like the bitch is bad saying dialogue, obviously this is meant not just for kids. I mean, hell, Casper at times seems like he's going to go a perverted psycho. I mean, when he's talking to Christina Ricci and he's like, can I tip you? I'm like, fuck, is it going to be the single white female? Is it going to be misery? Can I tip you? That's fucking creepy on any front. I mean, if anyone fucking goes up to you and goes, can I tip you? Whether it's a ghost or a friendly ghost or whatever, when they say, can I tip you? Fucking creepy. I'm like, okay, there's something more going on here in this ghost mind. He's not as friendly as you think. Maybe he's friendly on the outside, but in the inside there's a pervert. You fucking pervert. Casper the perverted ghost with the most. Learning shit from fucking Beetlejuice, eh ya? Casper. Cumster. I mean, you do look like a white sperm, granted. White sperm. The friendliest jizz. The friendliest jizz you know. I can imagine that being a porno version. Cumster. The friendliest jizz you know. In your mouth, now open wide and say hi, and then after 5 minutes or goodbye. That was a bit weird when, again, there's a girl in my bed, yes, and then, can I tip you? I'm like, maybe I'm not kidding with the whole entity thing, but I mean, other than that, obviously it doesn't go that route. There's a nice little scene between Bill Pullman and his wife. His wife pops up, sort of an angel type of figure. Has a nice sweet scene with Bill Pullman. I thought Bill Pullman pulled it off fairly well. I also like James Horner's music there. Of course, rest in peace, James Horner. James Horner did a good job. It didn't really feel like to me he was stealing, because a lot of times James Horner, he very much copies his previous work. I didn't really feel that way with this. Again, the little scene between Bill Pullman and I think it's Amy Brenneman. That the music during that scene between the two of them was fairly effective in my opinion. And yeah, the movie, again, while I do have some little things, like it is, part of me wonders if you need the whole Cathy Moriarty treasure chest thing. That maybe it could have been, oh, Bill Pullman has heard there's ghosts here, so it's another job that he goes with his daughter, Christina Ricci, and then maybe expand on Bill Pullman's death or expand on certain other avenues of the script. I mean, again, the more I think about it, you didn't really need the whole Cathy Moriarty and that whole bit. And apparently so, since that's the first of the 3 finales that ends. So it's definitely it seemed like, even during that, it's the least important of the 3. But with that said, with some top-notch special effects that, again, I think hold up well when the ghost is supposed to be cartoonish looking, and they got that right. I thought the characters, again, from little bits that I've heard and have gathered from the search material, seems like Casper himself, other than some of his creepy pervert vibes. For the most part, they chose the right voice, the right look. For the most part, his mannerisms. Again, there's some entertaining cameos. Dan Aykroyd, Mel Gibson, Clint Eastwood, the fucking Crypt Keeper. It moved along at a good pace. It wasn't that long of a movie. Christina Ricci, I did nothing really in depth with her character, but for what little she's given, she pulled it off fairly well. James Horner's score, perfectly adequate. I guess that doesn't make sense. Perfect. If it's perfect, how is it adequate? It's an more than adequate score, and there's certain moments. Well, to be fair, I won't give more credit than that. It's a pretty decent score. It's more than adequate. It's a pretty decent score. I can't really think of a strong theme for Casper that they had in this. Like a theme that can hum. Maybe it attempted that. I don't know if it did. I can't remember what that was. Apparently J.J. Abrams did an uncredited rewrite of the film. Maybe he came up with the treasure chest. Maybe that's his mystery box. Funny enough, this came out a day after my birthday, May 26th, 1995. Wow, this... Okay. Mixed reviews from critics, praised the film for its visual effects and performances, but criticized its dark story and humor. I thought the story worked. The story worked. I liked that it had a little bit of... I'm not seeing Steven Spielberg's name. I know he was part of it. Yeah, producer Steven Spielberg was planning a film adaptation. He saw an episode of the TV show Brooklyn Bridge, directed by Brad Silberling, and saw potential in his work. J.J. Abrams did an uncredited rewrite of the script. That's where they came up with the backstory of Casper being the ghost of a boy who died of pneumonia at 12. So some of the comments portrayed him as born a ghost to ghost parents. I guess that's what Leonard Maltin got pissed about. It worked perfectly fine here, and I like that it gave a little bit of a... It wasn't 100% goofy cartoon. There's a little bit of oomph to it. I think that worked in the film's benefit, not detriment. And the film did well. And apparently there was talks of a sequel that Simon Wells was going to co-write and direct, but it was reported that Universal Pictures had canceled the sequel due to the disappointing sales of the direct-to-video Casper prequels, or films, and the hesitation of Christina Ricci. Well, if they really wanted to do it, they could have found a reason, like Christina Ricci, her character went off on vacation or something, or went off on a trip, or there's other ways you could have done it. So maybe they thought, nah. And the direct-to-video films fucking sucked. They sucked ass. Well, I didn't see the one with Wendy, or whatever the fuck, guys. I'll get to the Spirit of Beginning next. But yeah, I'm going on and on and on. Casper, entertaining family movie that has a bit of darkness to it, which I appreciate, but nothing that dark, in my opinion. I mean, granted, he remembers how the day he died, but I thought it was handled in the right way. The effects are really good. The humor, it didn't delve a tremendous amount into fart, dick, piss jokes like films would in today's age. Bill Pullman, Christina Ricci, I like those actors. The cameos were fun. It went by at a good pace. Overall, entertaining family film. So thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.